end of the show. And he's been sick for a while now, tearing at himself, itching, so we thought it was some kind of skin thing. Then we figured out it must be referred pain, and it turns out it was referred pain, so, well, they did the diagnosis on Friday, and they said it's testicular cancer. Well, I had the worst weekend of my life, because we've been waiting until just about now for the ultrasound to see if the cancer had spread into his abdomen, because that would have been the last of this. But nevertheless, I'm going to dedicate the first portion of this hour to Teddy by reading from Teddy and me, because he is the mascot of the Savage Nation on a broader scale, and he is my best friend on a personal scale. He's the best friend I ever had. I've had dogs since I'm a little kid. But there's something about a dog when you're older that I don't know how to describe. I guess you don't really understand how fleeting life is when you're younger. You just think everything's going to live forever. A few minutes ago, and believe me, this was a squeaker. I didn't know until 10 minutes ago whether he was going to live or die. It looks like he's going to live. Let me give you the good news first, after giving the bad news. I'll read you the email from Dr. Radke. We just finished Teddy's ultrasound. The good news is that his abdomen looks clear, no evidence of any metastasis. The radiologist also looked at his heart. Teddy has moderate mitral valve disease, that I know. Confined to the testicle at this point, I recommend that we do surgery to remove it and also neuter him. I think it is causing him discomfort. I'm going to give him a little break, then take some chest x-rays. These are important for big and small, whether they be humans or other animals or even a tree in the woods. Tree-hugging, animal lover, you can do it. It doesn't matter to me what you call me. All I know is I've had the toughest weekend of my life. I haven't slept for 3 days, but I've done with your pets and or with your family members. Is there anyone listening to this show, and don't call me on it, who has not had a relative die on them or a pet die on them? I doubt it. It's the way of all flesh. And a chance up there in the other sphere. I had a little crazy image of this the other day. We are given a little deal. The deal is now, before you sign on to going back down there, you know what you're going to have down there, don't you? You're going to have joy, you're going to have suffering, you're going to have pleasure, you're going to have pain. You're going to watch loved ones die, you're going to die. You sure you want to go back? And yet everyone listening to this show has signed that deal. Side of the coin, which is the pleasure or the joy of living, I suppose. About it. Look around you one day, in the middle of your hatred, in the middle of your political hatred, in the middle of your fanatical hatred, came from mortal creatures just like yourself, who instead of hating, created. Instead of destroying, created. Instead of destroying, they built up. Instead of dying, they lived. And that should be an inspiration to all of us. I'm trying to do it all my life. We've given money to gorilla funds, elephant funds, to, I don't know, maybe to no avail. Nation of Ivory, arrest anyone who is found with it, as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, the Chinese government is as corrupt as any on the planet. A guy with me another couple of years after the surgery, and, you know, they're just there. So let me read from page 25 of Teddy and Me. Thing I do, he does, and I don't have to spell it out. Anyone who owns a dog knows how attached they become to your every habit, from the bathroom to the car. Let's best friend, and he is, but let's not forget that dogs are not human beings. Some would say that they are better than human beings. In some ways, I guess you could say that. But humans are different from dogs or any other animal. I guess I have to repeat that because we've forgotten what a human being really is. After waking up on Saturday mornings, well, they never felt like that since. The whole day waited for us. Usually it consisted of going on our bicycles and going on a very long ride. See, there used to be a bicycle path where I grew up in Queens, New York. They said it. So we'd start out in mid-Queens, where I live, sort of in the Jamaica area, actually near Donald Trump's house. I don't know how I worked that into Teddy and Me, but it's in there. Just as then, we'd bicycle all day long, way, way out on Long Island. Sometimes we'd be gone all day, talking, playing, kidding, laughing. Relationship with Teddy, or any of my other dogs, which have all been special, but to keep things in perspective. Man is unique, special in all kinds. Said that there is no more consistently loyal friend than a dog. See, I don't know that friend Stephen anymore. Became men, we went our own ways. We found out we were very different, had nothing in common. The same